Ooh-wee! Los is back. That means Midway Radio's back. That means we get to talk to some people about Chicago history of hip hop and what the hell they have anything to do with it. So we wanted to kick it off by saying, "Oh, are they here? Yes, they are. Nice. Welcome." My crowd is super silent right now. Anyway, there you go. We're here.
What's up?
Welcome.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
How are things?
Decent. Decent.
We're good. Before we unleash this beast, let's go ahead and welcome. Wait. Welcome to Midway Radio. I don't have anything written, so I'm just going to go ahead and say this. Midway Radio. It's a lot like Trump lies. That's it. There's a lot of DJs around here.
Is it really like that?
No, I was going to say, it's a lot like the Trump presidency, but instead of lies, we have DJs. DJs like DJ Sean Joe.
What's up, everybody?
Good job, man. Good. Okay, that's enough. You guys take it easy. Hey.
Studio Audience is excited tonight.
Yeah. I know. I've gotten rest. I've been unplugged for a little while. Just enough energy to welcome Ryan Brockmeyer.
What's up, everybody?
So there.
What's up, guys?
If you watched last week, I was not here, and we didn't really have any announcements, but we might this week. I don't know. I've been gone. Hey, Ryan, do we have any announcements for people that are watching?
Nope, not a thing.
Moving on. Hey, Mike R is here. LOL. Not really sure what the hell he's laughing at, but we're here.
What's up, Bengals? That's Shazam.
Oh, Bengals!
Hey.
Bengalito, the fucking crocodile hunter.
Yeah.
I was gonna say,
Good job, Bengals.
his Instagram is full of little stuffed animal crocodiles now.
Yeah.
You know what's great about this whole crocodile thing is that Shazam doesn't even have to pay for his new bobblehead. Like he's about to have a bobblehead. That shit is G. So
yeah,
fucks with that.
I'm also ready for him to find another skinny local celebrity with a huge beard that's red and Nordic and Viking because I'm ready to move on from like
Shave that beard. Shave that beard. Speaking of Steve Irwin, I'm trying to fill that space, you guys. I've been gone, goddammit.
we told you it was going to be interesting this evening.
So Carlos, why were you gone last week?
Last week, I don't know. I was at the Cubs game when they were in San Francisco.
Oh, that's what you do when you're not.
That's true. When my boys come in town, when my boys are in town, I ain't got time for you.
Yeah, I saw that. That's how you do something super sweet with Instagram where you automatically put on a Cubs jersey.
Oh, you see that, right?
That was pretty sick.
I don't know.
It was like magic.
Your boy is dope.
You do that? You do
everybody be sleeping on your boy, but your boy is dope.
Yeah, all right.
Just saying.
Is that how you put on your clothes now, bro? Like just
I just fucking magic. You should see when I take them off.
No, I don't want to see that. All right, enough of you. My brothers are with us tonight. Oh, are they?
Yeah.
What's up, brothers?
Or are they?
Right.
Yeah, they are actually.
Over and under on Carlos and that joke during the show.
16. Ooh.
At least. At least. It depends. It depends. Can Carlos buy in?
We're going to force you to watch Wes Anderson's whole library, starting with Rushmore which is where the line comes from. You can understand our awkward comedic timing that like 4 people laugh at.
And that's how you should end a show.
Thanks for having us.
Okay.
Cheryl Palmer's here. Hello, Cheryl. Hello, everybody. Heart, 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 heart. There you go.
All right, Cheryl.
What's up? So we have the group here. You guys have your own things, but are they? How does that come? What is the brainchild? What is the thought behind you two going? We have to do this.
It started my senior year in college in Appleton, Wisconsin. What was that? In 2000. I met you like 2000, 2001. I think
2000.
It was your birthday, right?
No, it was your birthday.
Oh, it was my birthday.
2000.
So it's like my birthday in 2000. No, before that. Freshman in college. Mind you, we went to a college like 1,200 kids. Literally, I had never seen the kid for the first month of school. Walks right up to me at like some party, and he's like, "You rap?" And I was like, "Yeah, I rap." And he's like, "I rap too. We should rap." And we started.
I have a different version of this, but it's
Okay, well, it's probably a better version. So one thing led to another. I started making like beats on somebody's Fruity Loops, Acid Pro.
Yep.
And then we threw a party in our house in the basement and like
packed it.
Literally packed it. And I had no idea that he'd never performed rap.
Nice.
Literally threw him into the fire. Caught him
At what point were you like, oh hell, what have I done?
The first song.
Him or me.
The first verse.
The first verse, he walked up there and he was like, all right, I blame the crowd. I was like, you people suck. This is the worst crowd ever. You need to make some noise. He went up there. I restarted the song. He went up there to do the first verse.
Nah.
And then you did it twice. And I was like, dude, blame the crowd.
Right.
And then he loosened up. And literally about 15 minutes into the set, my buddy, my best friend, yells at the top of the lungs, "He is so much better than you are at this." We can have a beautiful relationship.
We have it on video somewhere.
Really?
But what he's trying to say is that was like when the whole thing started, and then it turned into years of just trying to like do this, whatever it was, whatever form it was, and it kind of got to a point where we stopped taking it too seriously in terms of
we stopped taking ourselves
too seriously. That's the point. But I mean, like that's what the "are they" thing is all about. It's like you're taking the things that are not really that serious very seriously, and then you're taking the things that are very, like what some people think it's all about, and you're being like, I don't care about that.
Yeah.
A little bit. And I guess if you know the story of the character in the movie, that's kind of with the spirit of the thing, I guess. So that's how I would put it. Anyway.
Nice. I have a question for both of you. What made you like your first like interest in the hip hop? Like, what gravitated you to it?
You go first.
Especially in the middle of Appleton, Wisconsin.
No, I'm from Chicago.
Yeah.
Right. Let's get that.
Oh, okay.
Let's get this clear right now.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Because I haven't heard shit about Chicago until just now.
Okay, well, you should have done a little more research. Like,
I don't have to. I got my team with me.
yeah, your team. Hey, let's go here. No, I'm born and raised.
I'm waiting for the film.
Keep waiting. Yeah, no, I mean, I'm born and raised here. He's from Boston. We met in college.
All right, cool.
And then after college, we had a live hip hop group called Bad News Jones. And that was him and I, and it was like an 8-piece band.
Yeah.
That eventually the guy that's like a brother to me, Jordan Taggart, his mom owned the Underground Wonder Bar. I'd known that family since I was about 5. He joined the band. It was like 8-piece live instrumentation. We did quite a bit of stuff, and then that kind of, working with 8 people. But as for getting into hip hop, I have to say, like the first, I don't know, like 6th grade, like 4th, 5th grade, you're kind of figuring stuff out. It's right before puberty starts to hit, and it was like I had an older sister who was way cooler than anyone could ever imagine, so she's a very Chicago kid. And I don't know, somehow I decided my first 2 tapes that I bought was Paul Simon Graceland and EPMD Business as Usual. And that was it. It was like Eric and Parrish were like, yeah, this is why. I mean, just the style, like everything. It was so urban. It was so, like, oh, hey, this is how these guys are out east. But like, I could definitely identify with all the people that, I lived around, went to school with, older cats. Like it just, and then for me, it was like, this is the medium, because I've always been outgoing, charismatic kid from a young age. And by the time, freshman year of high school, I was trying to rap everywhere I could, and, it spoke to me at a young age. I always kept it with me, wherever I went.
Yeah. Back to Bad News Jones real quick. Did you guys open for us for Mike 1 at the at Cubby Bear?
Yes, fam.
Yes. First time I ever met him. We had a crazy, like, hardcore guitarist. Dude was one of the most ridiculous people ever. And I don't know if you remember in Mike's 1 set, he used to swing that flipping guitar around, like just swinging around his body. And my guy was like, have you ever seen anyone do that with their guitar? I would never do that with my guitar. And I was like, yeah, that's the difference between you and him. That had to be around 2000 something.
04. No, 03 maybe.
Yeah, something like that. I think I was still in school when that happened.
I think it was either right before or right after we released This Is Me, which was 2002. So yeah, right in somewhere in that area.
That's when Kavan was in the band, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
My man threw the craziest New Year's Eve parties ever. Oh my God. Sorry. Those are one of my favorite warehouse parties. Yeah.
I just remembered like 70 things that happened to me when he brought up that detail.
There are definitely stories from that loft that we cannot talk about. Here. For sure. But
why not?
Let's just not do that. Give a quick RIP to Mike 1. It's 2 years today. Yes, 2 years today. It's the 29th. So
I just want to say that guy is also one of the reasons why there's kind of a resurgence with me and with what we're doing. When I did this project with Baines, We Buy Gold, and he's like, send it to me. We reconnected on Facebook when he posted about one of our buddies that got killed, Tony Burgos. And I was like, you knew him? And then all of a sudden we started talking, and then we realized we knew each other and reconnected. So just talking, and I sent him the album, and he got so mad at me that I had no release party planned, nothing really to push the album. And he was just, like, this is a really amazing piece of work, and you're doing nothing for it. It was like, you know what? You're right. Like, we make this good stuff. And he was one of the guys that really pushed me back into pushing the music after I make it, So he's one of the biggest supporters for everyone, and he is sorely missed. Yeah.
I have a quick question. Duro Wicks would like to know, is that a chaired haircut under that snapback?
Oh, shit.
A what?
Yeah. We have a positive.
This is being 40 and trying to control the mob.
What the hell is Risky doing in Chicago? Just spreading sexy bitch all over the place?
I don't know, man. I got a pretty good stylist. You can admire all you want.
And if you don't, he'll do it for you, so don't worry about it.
Right, exactly.
So yes, Duro, Risky is not being missed on the podcast because we can channel some of him through Walter.
I'll do it. Doesn't he do it like this?
Yeah. That's exactly.
My glasses?
No.
Not that we don't miss you, Risky. You know how emotional he gets. Mike Specs in the house. What up, Mike?
Great. So,
what up, Specs?
I don't know if you guys know this. So Mike Specs, when he was Trey, he was in like the first rap crew I started back in high school. The other half.
Wow.
The other half. That was dude. That was like my that was my baby early on, and
Mike West.
That's thank you. I was like, these guys are probably gonna get tired of me teasing them.
Sorry, Trey. No, Mike was in my baby was the crew.
Okay.
The rap collective. Something came up with my buddy Brian, and it just kind of blew up. But yeah, Mike, I've known Specs since I was 13, 14.
Respect.
Damn.
Or side.
Jet.
Lincoln Square. What's up?
Jet, how did you get into it?
Dr. Schnoz.
Oh my God, Doc! Yeah, that was my first alias.
Schnoz, yeah. I remember that one.
Thank you, Specs. What up, Steve Bravo?
Yo, what up, Bravo?
Yo.
What up, Bravo?
And it's perfect because I saw Japanese Herald's T-shirt floating around. Mine is in the laundry as we speak. I love that shirt.
Hell yeah. So I think for me, I mean, I didn't really grow up listening to it. I got all the way to high school before I started hanging out with kids from New York, because I went to a half boarding school, and there were kids from New York there who started playing me shit that I had never heard, that I was like, whoa. And then I started listening to 88.9 at night, which was Emerson College's underground radio show. And
shout out College Radio.
That was the best hip hop show in Boston forever. I don't know if they're still doing it, but that shit was awesome. And I started hearing a lot of shit that I got into. So then I started I played trumpet growing up. I played trumpet for 15 years.
As did I. Not quite that long, but I played trumpet for a while.
Yeah, so I played for a long time. I was in jazz band. And rapping kind of felt like playing the trumpet to me. Trumpet's all about the sharp attack, and it's like, the staccato nature of it. Rapping kind of felt like that to me, so that I picked it up really quickly. I started writing some shit. I got to Lawrence, and I had never really rapped in front of anybody before. And I got to Lawrence, and I
heard.
It was a fall morning. It was a fall morning, and I was walking to class, and it was like 8 o'clock in the morning. 7:30, first class of the day, and I hear this. And I look over, and it's this asshole. I think he doesn't remember, but I remember he's sitting on the steps of the hall. He's got like a hat on like this, like cocked to the side. I remember we're in Appleton, Wisconsin. Nobody's doing this. Got down vest on. He's like yelling. He's got the polo backpack and everything. I was like, well, who the fuck is this dude? And then I went to a function, and he was there, and I was wearing a J5 shirt, and he looked at me and he was like, "What's up? You like rap?" And I was like, "Yeah, yes." I was like kind of new to all this shit. So we started hanging out, and then we were hanging out in the playing pool, and he was rapping at somebody, and I was like, "Fuck it." So I walked over and I started getting in his ear a little bit.
I don't remember any of this.
Yeah, and he was like, "All right, I'm throwing a birthday party. Come rap with me." I was like, "Okay." That was really the first time I ever rapped in front of people. So throwing this birthday party, we're in the basement, everyone's standing there. He raps, and he just gives me the mic. And it's some weird beat that he flipped, the Misty Mountain Hop from Led Zeppelin, but it was dope. He flipped that, so it's the other way around. And I started rapping, and I had this verse.
There was rehearsal. There was some rehearsal.
Not for that.
Okay.
So I just rapped like a verse, and everybody freaked out. Like, it was just because I had the first couple lines were fast. That was it. Like, I just said a bunch of words, and everybody started screaming. And then he was like, "I just started a crew called Bad News Jones tonight," and I didn't even know I didn't know what the fuck.
That's amazing.
No idea. And
you're my posse now.
That's when we did the whole other shit. So that was the version of the story that I remember. Bottom line is, listening to a lot of the radio, but I mean, like, De La Soul, like hearing Ego Tripping for the first time was probably the moment where I all went, whoa. It's like, this is what it can actually be. It can be something as fucking crazy as this, and this is dope as hell.
That's dope. That's dope. You guys are fucking idiots.
You invited us.
Yeah,
We didn't ask.
Yes, fine.
Have you listened to our music? Like, what are you doing? Serious? You got to know by now. Like, what are these guys talking about? Do you really want to
I don't know if we know.
I mean, that's okay.
So you guys have recently been working on like a series of projects.
Yeah.
Talk about how that came about and like how did that come about and how did you think about splitting them up like that versus just putting out a full body of work?
Working with people sucks. Like even each other, you know, like you get so sick of people. Like you think about it, like you get so burnt out trying to make music, like so easily. Like I just remember the thing that killed our band. We were like a jazzy or like a jam band type roots. You know what I'm saying? Like, but what killed it was you had to work with 8 other people. You know, like like people don't realize like all the egos that walk into that room, especially when you're in your 20s. You know, like and it's just like. You know, so that's the whole thing is like we wanted to the whole point of us making music now is we have fun doing it. We're friends. Like we agreed that if the music ever got in the way of our friendship, which it has, I'm not going to make music with you anymore. Like as a friend, you're more important. But what does that say about just the entity of music itself? Like the nature of trying to work with someone, you could end up losing friendships, and you do all the time over this. So it's like, let's figure out a way to have a beginning, middle, and an end and work with these producers that we want to work with. And, you know, okay, well, we do, you know, start as like 5 to 7 songs at first. You know, it's like, you know what, let's just do 5. Let's do 5. And it's enough for us to stay really interested and push each other. And also enough that we don't want to stab each other in the face.
Sounds great, doesn't it, guys?
Totally. Makes me want to go do an album with my friends right now.
But I mean, at the end of the day, smaller investments. You know what I mean? I think that's a lot more. We can put out a lot more content if we do it in smaller doses. I feel like we can put out four short projects in a year. We could probably only do 1 album a year. You know what I mean? This gives us the opportunity to kind of progress, to put more out there, to keep people interested, you know.
To keep ourselves interested. I think the big thing is the progression is because I feel like we're on volume 3 now of either they can't hear us or they don't understand. And I feel like we've grown in just, you know, we'll be on songs, 11 through 17 on this project of the year. And you can tell, you know, like but it's also moving in a distinct fashion. You know, the first one is like, y'all don't get it. The second one is y'all don't get it and it's kind of frustrated that y'all don't get it. And the third one is fuck you if you don't get it. If you don't get it. You know, and that's the whole point though, is like, isn't that what the music has fundamentally always been about, is that slang, you know, that ability to that performance where you can flip it and people are like, oh, like I'm not quite sure what dude is saying, but the way that he's saying it is making me think about, like, it's, you know, there's some guys out there that make you figure out what they're saying, and we kind of like doing that. Yeah. We also kind of like not making sense sometimes and just having a feel, you know, like
fun,
you know.
Yeah.
So when you guys go in to start a new project, do you do a lot of like pre-planning for concepts and topics and stuff that you're going to be doing for it, or how does like a project come together when it's time to get back into?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I think for us, it's a lot of just kind of like where are we at right now? Like what, you know, like it's kind of hard to explain. Maybe you'll do a better job of it, but like. For us, there's not a lot of like, okay, we're going to do this one about this. Yeah, we might talk a little bit about a vibe that we're going to go after or something like that, but nothing too, you know, broad strokes only. I don't think it's anything where we're locking in on a concept.
Well, the whole purpose of OR, like the name OR, they comes from the scene in Rushmore where Max, it's a funny retort to, him being hurt. And that's kind of what this is. This is our funny retort back to this music that, for so much of keeping it real, it's fake. So many people take themselves so seriously, and like, fam, you're telling a story. Like, you are telling a story. You are not who you say you are. This is your character. Well, okay, we're going to be honest about who we are. We're a couple of goofy white dudes, that are, doing what we do for the love of it, and that's it. And it's like, if you can't take a joke, fuck them. I don't care anymore. Like, I don't spend time thinking about other people if they don't receive me. I got too much other shit on my plate.
I think that's the appeal to Are They? Like you guys are super we don't give a fuck on stage, but you definitely engage the crowd and you keep them entertained. And it's amazing to see that you're out there being yourselves and people love it, man. Like I fuck with it heavy.
Well, I thank you. For me, the music is just a conduit to get onto the stage. I'm an MC.
Yeah.
I want to have the crowd be like, what? Oh, I'm here for that. I want to rap in like for me, that's what it's about, the MC. That real, I love rapping in front of people, always have. It's my thing. That's also the hardest thing is trying to put that. I've never been able to, I don't feel captured that on recording, that lightning in the bottle that I have while performing. I've never, and I don't think, I think that might be part of the problem with recording. I don't record as well as I perform, but for me, it's about getting out on that stage. And that's what we really love. I mean, sometimes we drink too much, but
our fan base is basically some heads.
He sips on some moonshine.
Our small fan base is basically people like yourselves, like some heads. And then a bunch of people who are like, I don't really like rap, but I like you guys. That's you guys are cool, man. I like you guys. I'm gonna check you out. That's.
And then there's the people you work with,
and your coworkers.
And then they're like, man, it wasn't what I thought it was gonna be. Like, what did you think it was gonna be, man? I got a gray beard and a gut, and a gold chain. I'm not gonna be rapping about guns, drugs, and hoes. Sorry, dude.
Do you think that dynamic, because how when white boys come out and they try to rap about drugs and hoes and whips and shit like that, it for some reason the culture doesn't let that happen. So does that help you guys come out being the goofy guys with all the wacky music?
Well, the thing is our delivery though is on par with anybody else that's, hard bars.
Yeah.
My delivery is still hard bars. I will punch somebody in the face. No longer publicly. I'm working on my anger. You know what I'm saying though? But it's but that's par for the course now.
Yeah.
So when we did the show with Mike One and we opened for Twisted, there was 4 white boys in the front row, and they were and you could hear them. They're like, how are these guys coming out here dressed like Boy Scouts opening up for Twisted? And I was like, that shit's funny.
But I love that. I love that shit.
And then literally by, the 12th bar, the first verse, they were like,
oh,
these guys know what they're doing. Chad from Schaumburg, okay, yeah, that's the thing. It's that's what we've, everybody, it's always like, oh my God, I can't believe that. Yeah, okay, let's move on past that and start listening to the music,
Also, to your point, sometimes when you see that shit out there, you're like, all right, I don't know exactly what I want to be when I go into the process, but I know what I don't want to be. You know what I mean? I don't want to feel like I'm trying to be something that isn't me, man. I'm fucking 38 and I work. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to. I'm trying to find the little things. It's about taking something that you don't stop and think about and putting it on blast.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, my man's got some this version 3 or volume 3 that we're working on. Old MC Rap-A-Lot over here. It's got some lines that I was like, he literally turned to me in the car and he's like, "Do you even get what I was saying with this person?" I was like, "I'll be completely honest, I have no idea." He breaks it down for me, and I'm like, like I'm driving the car and he's breaking down these first 4 lines, and I'm like, I might crash and kill us both right now. I feel that. It's like. It's one of those things like, damn,
very nice.
I'm not going to match that, but that's what that's the fun of it,
When you guys are having that conversation, like that situation right there, is it a lot like dating? Like when your lady's like, "Are you even paying attention to my feelings?"
Are you kidding? Yeah. It's a lot like that, actually.
Not with the writing.
He'll come over and he'll rap like a whole verse to me, and it's dope. I mean, honestly, he's been working his ass off. He sounds good. He'll come over. I haven't disliked.
This is so true.
Disliked the rap in like 4 months. Okay, everything sounds good. I'm like, dude, that's great. That's great. That's a great line. If I really feel like I'm going to say something, I'm going to say something. He'll rap it for me, and I may not respond right away. It might even be like a second and be like, no. That affirmation is so important. So that, in some ways, things like that feels like a very committed relationship.
Mind you, he gives no fucks about how I feel about his rap. There's never like, "What'd you think about that?" It was like, "This is what I got." I guess you're right.
I guess that's true.
Is there ever a time where either one of you guys look at the other one, you're like, "Oh, no, you went too far with that verse"?
No.
That hasn't happened yet. No, I think we also have a pretty we have a pretty good sense of like when it's like, all right, that shit's not actually cool.
But there are moments where we're writing and it's like, fam, you can't really. No, we can't go there.
Yeah.
Like, we should go there, but like, no, we can't.
It never gets to production,
right? People won't get the context. Like that's the. And it's like, you're right. Like I don't need notoriety for being the most hated man in underground Chicago hip hop.
There's never intent.
So with these new projects, you picked different producers. How did you guys go about? First off, the first couple of projects, like I'm totally familiar with, and the producers that you have are some of the dope. Like I fuck with them heavy. Like Hungry.
Yeah.
Aloe. Like.
Well, yeah. I mean, I go back with Aloe. Like Aloe was one of the first guys that when he heard Bad News Jones, he's like, "You ever think about just rapping over some beats?"
We recorded a bunch of tracks with Aloe before this group was really a group too.
Yeah.
It was like we were messing around, so we worked with him for a long time. James did a lot of stuff with him.
It was it was weird. I hadn't been comfortable with my voice as a solo artist after the breakup with Bad News Jones for a while. Like it was a very new process for me, and Aloe was there for that, and as artists grow, move, and things just, I didn't want to put out that earlier stuff, and it never had anything to do with his production, but it was all about, I just didn't like my voice at that time. And but he was, vital in me finding that voice, so when we finished up the first project with Hungry, we knew, we had to start looking, and it just only seemed the natural progression of things. Like, for what we were trying to do, and for a guy that'd been there from all of it, it's like, dude, we got to go back. And
yeah, it started because he was playing. We were just listening to beats, and he was playing all this stuff from he and Aloe had done like 9 years ago or something. And I kept being like, "This is dope. This is dope. This is dope. Like this is what we should be doing." And he was like, "This is all Aloe." It was like it was a no-brainer after that. I was like, "Well, call the dude up. Let's go."
And then it was one of the most pleasurable recording experiences we've ever had. Like, it was. We cranked out 5 songs in 5 hours, and that's volume 2. And like we went in there prepared, you know what I'm saying? Like,
sure.
But it just was like, wow, we can really do this. And it was one of those, it was also like a eureka moment. Like, no, we have this ability to, you know, like we go into a studio session prepared, you know, we can block off a 6-hour block and crank that shit out because we go in there ready to go. And it was one of those things like, no, we're actually better at this than we give ourselves credit for, you know? Like, and so I felt like that recording, you know, I really liked The Hungry, you know, volume 1. But the second recording for me was, and for him was kind of like that oh shit moment. Like we could crank these projects out if we just grind at it, you know, like, and the preparation now for me to be comfortable going to the studio, I have my process now, and I've just been kind of in the zone for the past, I don't know, 4 or 5 months, longer than that now, since like early October.
They don't.
Yeah, I'm in the zone. Well, right now, man.
Bangles coming through with the observation of the night. Aloe, aka Steve Zissou.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he's the one guy that I can be cool with being like, all right, man, you can have that one. You know, like that should be our thing. But okay, and now you know we've been hanging out with him more, so it's even better.
It helps us out. Yeah, everybody wants to be the Zissou. Nobody wants to be Bobby Ogata. You know what I'm saying? There it is. Nobody knows the Wes Anderson reference.
Yeah. It's okay, man. Okay, we're used to that.
I wish I still had my crickets.
Right.
I don't think it could have gotten any more awkward than that. Glad it wasn't me. It was bound to be me. Wow.
So Jed,
yo,
from another place, what do you think about the reception for hip hop here in Chicago? Like, what do you think about the Chicago hip hop community? And well, yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
All you right there.
I mean,
don't ask me that.
I was taken with it at the very beginning, you know, because I thought Boston sucked in terms of supporting its community. You know, like I remember going to shows and nobody would be there. Nobody would get into it. Everybody would just stand there and stare at the stage. And I remember being like, this is like, I didn't know any better. So when I came here, we played a show at Sub T, that first show in Chicago. And it was like probably like a Thursday night or something in the summer or sometime, I don't know. And the place was packed and everybody was dancing and it was like, you know, it was bumping in there and people were partying. And I was just remember being like, whoa, you know, so I spent the first few years here, you know, totally wrapped up in that community. And I remember thinking like, I don't think it's like this where I was from at all, you know? So
but mind you, this fucker got so lucky when he came here because of all the Chicagoans, all the Chicagoans he got hip to like the things that cats didn't get hip to for years.
True.
Like Thursday night is and was in like from the 90s, you know, all the way to the early, you know, to the mid-aughts. Thursday night is Chicago's night.
Saturday night, yeah.
You know, like it didn't matter. Like Thursday night is Chicago. That's a night for Chicago. It always will be.
He's 100% right, dude. You know, you know, this guy and all of his friends took me in like their own, brought me everywhere, showed me, you know, great places to be, introduced me to the right people, you know, and from there it was like it was on, man. You know, I didn't want to go back to anywhere, so. You know, obviously, I've had my feelings about it change over the years. You know, it's gone through an evolution. I wouldn't say I feel as taken with it as I used to be. But, you know, it drew me in. I moved here for it, you know. It was a no-brainer for me. I was like, I'm going.
And you coming from Boston, how hard did you have to work to get out of the shadow of Marky Mark and the Funky Bunch?
Well... I didn't feel the vibrations too bad. It was it's more like House of Pain, I think, is the one you got to get out of the way of. Even though they're not from there, I think people just associate it. I don't know.
But
not too bad.
I mean, but
well, hang on real quick before I forget this.
People being like, "You're from Boston. You're from Boston" all the time.
We were talking about him a little earlier. You were fighting to get out of the shadow of Marky Mark. Meanwhile, Mike One was fighting to get in that shadow.
Dude, the best is him telling stories. Oh man, he would tell the best like self-depreciating stories about how the family just wants to disown him when he would be out there, when he would go out to Boston. And, like, the Wahlbergs fucking hate me, like and I'm here for every second of it, like I just it's
Mark Wahlberg is yelling at him. You're no funky bunch. You're no funky bunch.
That was the thing. It wasn't even like Mark, right? It was like the obscure uncle, who was like produced. Like, dude, what's wrong with you? Like that's like he's getting done in by like the B-list Wahlberg. It's not. It's like Donnie's, cousin, third cousin removed.
Wow.
Sean.
Right.
Brad Wahlberg.
Bradley.
Yeah. Anyway.
So what's been going on with the new project? How's that been received? How's that? What are we doing to promote? What's going on with the new project?
I mean, we try and push it out there. I don't know. We got paying for press has just not worked for us. Like, there's a good PR person out there that's not going to bend me over the rails. Send me an email, but the last one did. We just try and get out there and push, do shows. How it's received, I don't know, man. People don't really,
we've gotten some nice love. I mean, like
we got Vocalo showed a lot of love, which has kind of been the biggest. I love that.
New. That's new.
It's new, but it's also like it's local love.
Yeah.
And it's not like. And it feels like we're not getting local love on the strength of us being locals, but like they actually like the music. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, oh, okay, that's a good feeling. But I don't know. We're working on it. We got 6 out of 7 songs that we're doing for the 3rd volume done. Might have to record. We just got the raw vocals down this past weekend, and that's produced by Baines. And it's hilarious talking to him, because. Baines is the only one who's ever had a 2-episode.
Yeah, I noticed. Right?
He's got 2 episodes of the show, right? Like an hour version, and then there's a half-hour version. It's like, this shit's too good to stop recording.
And then he got comfortable. He started pitching us show ideas to come on. We're like, hey.
Well, he was while we were in the studio. Yeah, while we're in the studio, he's texting us pictures of his outfit from the Rosemont Mall.
So let's clarify this. He's like, you're not even gonna believe where I'm at. And I was like, where the fuck are you at? He's like, I'm at the mall. I was like, you're at the mall? You at the mall? And then his mall fit was just fucking next black dad level right there. I asked him if I could post it. He was like, let me take a picture, not inside the story. I never got that picture. So, But no, it's great working with Tony because some of the production really pushes you. And some of his production brings out ideas while you're recording it. It's like, oh, hold on, stop that. Stop recording. And then you get this feel, and then all of a sudden it's taking new life, and the song is this full, well thought out idea that you've been working on it for a little bit, but all of a sudden it's like, oh man, this is real. It never feels forced with Tony, and I think that has a lot to do with him making you comfortable. I'm for him, like our relationship, we've kind of become brothers over the time. It's just like, he's like, dude, I get to do my weird with you. He's like, the nice thing is like, I can make stuff that I like to make that's not like me tailoring to another artist. And then you're going to turn around and actually put something to it and put it out there. And he loves that, and I love that makes it organic. And then, but it also pushes you and you find yourself doing new and interesting stuff. Yeah. Like, I'm excited to, we both were a little nervous about this recording for multiple reasons. And when we both walked out of there, it was like, yeah, that felt good. Like that first one, we might not have had the energy. I'm fine when we record that, but dude, pulling that one back and forth, looking at each other.
I think he just he puts like a really, really good beat out there for you to rap to. You know what I mean? Like certain production, you might find it after some work or something like that, or whatever. But Tony's shit, like you put it on, it's just like the wheels start going like that. So that's why it's fun for me. Like
it's fun to write
to work with him. Yeah, like he's dope, dude, and the guy's fucking a dime.
Yeah, it's one of those things. Like you should just record. Like I need to just record phone conversations with him without him going. Because when he's not trying.
Hey, listen, this is, and I'm being serious with this. If you can, let's record that, and then we'll animate it and put that shit on YouTube and just do backstrokes and cash.
Fine. You just got to change the names. That's all I ask. I will. Baines, we're about to CIA you, fam. No, because he's seriously like in the conversations that we get into. Because he's pretty loud. I'm pretty loud. We both have the rising intonation in our voice when we get excited. I go kind of high pitch. But yeah, those would be some interesting conversations.
If there who in Chicago who in Chicago, it's a Chicago hip hop podcast. Who in Chicago have you not worked with yet that's on kind of like the wish list, or somebody that you would really want to get in the studio with?
Well, we just did a show with Pseudo Slang.
They're fun.
This past month, and like their second or third song, and I looked at James. I was like, dude, why are we not doing something with these guys?
Yeah, we're definitely.
They are weirder than us, I think, but in all the right ways. Like I think the four of us together could be.
I mean, that could be a funny 5 minutes.
Cacophony of strange. So I like that. For me, that's one. I mean, there's probably a lot that I could say, but that's the first one that comes to mind.
I'm excited to work with Def C a lot. I think, I don't know. I'm kind of biased because I just fam is just so hard. Like, some stuff happened where it didn't work out on our end to get him on this project, and that for me was the biggest disappointment. Because that kid is just bananas. He's bananas. Who else? I mean, producer wise, I don't know. Who I would like to scroll through like Knox Fortune's like throwaway beats. Because I can totally see him being like, man, this is too hip hop. This is too rappity rap, and I'd be like, that's the beat I'd be drooling over. That kid's throwaway beats are probably like my wet dreams. Like that snare sounds 297. Like, damn it, kid, I need that. Exactly what I want. No, who else? We've had the opportunity to work with some guys that we really. I mean, I'd like to get a Vic Spencer feature. He's been crushing it as of late.
And it would totally work with Oarde. Like his.
I know, Vic, you're not watching this, but somebody tell his ass, stop fronting, man. Let's get a feature.
Yeah, we'll talk to him.
If he's not making an album, he's making an album, he's burning about 3-4 fucking joints. So you might want to take a vacation. I don't know if you get peed at work or whatever, but that kid, I watch his Instagram stories. I get high as fuck.
Yeah, I mean, damn blows
just from watching his Instagram stories.
Like it's absolutely ridiculous how much tree Big Spencer blows publicly on Instagram. Like,
and he don't mess around. He makes them big fat ones too. It's like, like are you?
He's literally
right, yeah. You don't know if he's getting hired changing the channel.
Like, why is that dude trying to light that baseball bat on fire? I can't get high like that anymore, man.
Oh my god.
Yo, respect. Big
respect. That dude is on his hustle game in a hurry.
Did he just release a video for Vic and Twister?
Yeah, he just got two videos, and they're good.
Yeah.
That's what we need, dude. We need. I mean, again, that's the thing that sucks about everything coming out of our own pockets. But we need some good visuals. Like, I think I write really funny treatments, but I also feel like they're kind of epic to take on. So
your you guys' last videos, they're super hilarious.
Yeah.
The one
from Not If I Don't See You First. We have 3 videos that when played back to back to back are a stupid story that I came up with. And the thing about that project is we picked the wrong songs.
Yeah.
We picked the wrong songs to do videos too. This could have easily been done. This storyline could have easily been made to fit with different songs. And it was just a learning thing. But Dan Mahale, Chris Rose, those guys, what they did was absolutely phenomenal. Our budget was like that big. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're completely funded out of our own pockets. I have a child, that's with me half the time, and I pay child support. There's real bills that the money needs to be going to. And but that's what I think we really need right now is some visuals, because we're funny.
If you only knew a couple people that do graphics, animation, and video, possibly.
I got an animated video, right?
Two.
Have you seen my animated video?
No.
I held a kid hostage in my apartment for a week to finish this video that I paid him for. That took him like 16 months to do. It's
okay. So you hold people hostage. I take it all back.
Yeah, exactly. Careful.
I don't know anyone that can help you at all.
Come out west, and you won't be seen till my video's done. It takes you 16 months. We're trying to figure stuff out.
Kid was like, I was doing my homework. I'm 16.
I was trying to graduate college. All right, you're done. You're done. No, but I could be a taskmaster.
That's hilarious.
We're going to shoot 3 videos in a 16-hour span. Get ready. Here we go.
I'll do it you're going to sit in a chair and we're going to do this. All right, cool. Let's shoot that.
Yeah.
Let's shoot
So what's next for OR then? Like, after this project, the Bangs project?
Visuals. Yeah. I think we owe, our producers, they put in a lot of work. And, that's not a whole lot of financial compensation coming around on the back end. So they deserve some visuals. And I think, and without us in them, by the way, that's the other thing. It's like, I got to tell you rappers one thing right now. Nobody really cares about you rapping into the video, into the camera anymore. Like, we should have more rappers should be doing more B-roll stuff with their music and less of them rapping. So that's where I want to go with this. Is I don't really want to be in my own videos from now on. Like, I just want to do funny stuff or not even funny stuff. I can do serious stuff too, but something that actually keeps you engaged for more than, I'm rapping in front of a grain silo, or here I am rapping in front of a gas station, or look at me, I'm rapping on stairs.
What kind of Appleton, Wisconsin shit is rapping in front of a grain? What?
Grain silo, man.
Happens.
It's visually stimulating.
Don't say it happens.
Sean knows exactly what I'm talking about.
I know exactly what.
How many 90s videos from the East Coast? Like, yo, is the 5-foot assassin from Black Moon standing in front of a grain silo? Like, Franklin Avenue? And they got those out there? Like, yeah, he found one.
Oh, God.
Oh,
It's there.
It's there. Like, DOS effects videos in the woods, like, come on, man.
Oh yeah.
This is the first time.
Didn't we like talk about trying to shoot at like a llama farm or something like that?
Quiet. See,
Believe it or not, the llama thing actually makes sense. We've
Right.
had one on the show.
Right.
It was green, right?
Green llama joke. Dude, how many kids do you have?
What? As far as in the Green Llamas?
No, how many kids does he have? Because all these fucking dad jokes, it's ridiculous.
Oh yeah, no, yeah. Carlos.
Yeah,
So how many kids do you have?
one.
Just one?
Yeah,
Oh, I feel bad for
but
that
I'm old, brother. I got all these. I'm waiting to have some kids. I have all these dad jokes built up.
I'm saying, so your kid just gets bombarded with dad jokes all day
Yeah.
long.
Hey, I just took a note. I'm gonna go hijack a 16-year-old, keep him locked up somewhere, and instead of working on some animation, I'm gonna tell him dad jokes.
All right, for the record, the kid was 22. He had been paid. He had been paid, and he needed to get the fucking job done, and he was visiting Chicago. So I might have locked the gate for him.
Did you pull up on him in a big white van with a bag of dum-dums or something?
No, he came of his own free will. He just wasn't getting away.
He just wasn't getting out.
No, man, you need to finish this fucking video. Shit. Delayed the release of this album by 12 months. It literally started like,
You want another grilled cheese? Want another grilled cheese?
We're gonna need another 2 minutes of animation.
Yeah, go get him a Gatorade. What do I have to do with this? This isn't even my video.
I don't even live here. No, it literally was one of those things like we had this. I wanted a literal interpretation of each line with stick figures because he's like a beginning animator, and I'm like, yo,
It's not stick figures. It's better than stick figures.
it's way better than stick figures. But stick figures would have been, beginning animator, stick figures, like it would have taken him probably 2-3 months. What he did as a beginning animator, I mean, it's a dope video, shot out, like, yes, sir. Who's that?
That's Sean.
Is that Sean?
left us.
Yeah.
Whatever.
I think he was laughing so hard that he had to go pee.
No, I mean, like, what it took the kid 12 months to get this thing done. I was like, that's not what we wanted. I mean, it's dope. It's super, super dope. But by that time, any momentum I had built up had completely washed away, and we got to start again.
Yeah, you got to get it while it's hot.
Well, that's one of the reasons why we're trying to do smaller projects and consistently put out content, because the name of the game now is content, over quality. And we try and have everything quality. I mean, that's the other lick is like having Aloe as our engineer, like shout out Aloe. But like the dude is so good and he works so well, like he's kind of the secret weapon. So it's one of those things like we're trying to have a year. So we'll have put out these 3 OR They projects. I have a solo project that I'm recording. I also have another one waiting in the wings. And then Jed and I are probably going to do some more OR They stuff, have it ready for the turn of the year so that by the calendar year comes by, you get 4 OR They projects, 2 solo projects from me. Like, yo, you can have a year, like we are, would like to gain some traction and garner a bigger following. And that's the only way you can do it. And, but there's only so much you can do. And I feel like I'm kind of at that age where I'm like, it's my last push. Like I'll create music and for myself and whatnot. But this kind of a year, like putting this kind of a year together, it's going to be difficult to do consistently. But I'm riding it while I'm,
we're doing it as long as this makes sense to do.
Right.
We enjoy it, and it gives us something to look forward to, and we love making it. And we feel like we can still do it pretty well, And as long as it isn't a burden and doesn't make sense, we're gonna keep rocking it, man.
Or until it ruins our friendship.
You motherfuckers out.
Oh, Jed, I can't look at your face anymore. Yeah, okay, we're done making music. I'll see you in about a month. Like that's what it's about. I've seen too many people lose friendships over this shit. It's like y'all wasn't going anywhere other than the Metro. You know, like it's never that important. Yeah. Never that important.
Can I say that you got your? I love that you got your dog on the album cover.
Yeah.
Great model.
Yeah, I've had the
it's an emotionally taxing experience to do it, but
I've never felt like I've had Sophia, my daughter, in a couple videos. Nothing big. I never felt like I pimped her out, but I definitely feel like I pimped out my dog. For real, because like to get those shots, they're great shots, but like the second one was just torture for her. I felt she didn't like the chair. She didn't like being locked in the room, and it was just like, man.
Basically you locked another kid in the room.
Oh, fam. This is a story. I felt really like your dog's got his tail between his legs. I'm like, man, can we please, like, I'm yelling at Jed because we're taking the picture and we've got to get her to look over her shoulder at the cameraman while we're looking out. So he's got the book, and instead of just pretending to read and not, the motherfucker is reading out loud. So the dog is looking back at him and not over her shoulder at the cameraman. I'm like, dude, shut the fuck up. I'm trying to get the dog out of the chair. I'm literally sweating bullets, like freaking out because my poor dog, I'm literally pimping my dog. And it's like, and we're going to have to do it again for volume 3 with fucking. You just take a picture of us walking the dog this time or something, man. But yeah, she's good. It's. I thought it was a pretty funny. I mean, on the first one,
that was literally the only shot we got that worked for Ryan too. That was like shot. It was. We took about. I think he tried to take about 80, 90 shots, and that was the only one that worked. And we were like.
Awesome.
And then the one on volume 1, she's got that vest on so that she's got like a walkie-talkie. The whole idea is like we're talking to her in a through the walkie-talkies, which is on the back credit, and then she's just sitting there looking like she's got this walkie-talkie on her, like, I don't fucking hear you. And it's a great shot of her, but it was because we put this vest on her and she became like super docile. And it was like she was super easy to work with, but I was like, am I a horrible dog owner? Like, clearly doesn't like wearing this jacket. Like, you got the picture, you got the picture, you got the picture, got the picture. Okay, cool. Like, take it off. Here's all the dog treats you want. Like,
freedom.
That's it.
She's a good sport dog. And so cute.
You guys have performed a couple of places in Chicago. What was your favorite place to perform? As a group.
As are they?
Yes.
It's either that Concord show, because the Concord was the sound system in there, and the staff is so sick, or that Lincoln Hall. That Lincoln Hall show is sick. But that first floor sub T show, sometimes, man, the first time we performed this stuff in this volume, that was a great show for us. Yeah. And that was one of my favorite shows that we've done. I mean, the second floor, is, I've got so many shows up there, but there's more. That's more of like Bad News Jones days for me. Like that second floor where we packed that house. But I mean, that was the beginning of OR.
Yeah.
Do you remember when we opened up for the Usual Suspects? Man, the greatest, like, I'm a city boy moment with all of these out of towners. So opening up for the Usual Suspects and Substrate, I don't know how we got the gig, but Baines, this is when I first met Baines. Mark Lambo, probably, yeah. So shout out Mark Lambo. So we opened up, this is when I met Baines. So mind you, our band is 2 white boy rappers, Jordan Taggart, who's like a spoken word poetry light-skinned dude with dreads down to like past his shoulders. Then we've got a nerdy vibraphone player, a keyboard player whose hair was falling out but also out in like a rhombus afro, a crazy white boy bass player, another white boy guitar player, and our crazy Evanston white boy drummer. So they literally we walk out on the stage, and mind you, this is opening for the Usual Suspects at their album release party, and we look out onto a sea of black people, and I am like, finally, like I'm like, this is like proving ground for me. Like I'm waiting my whole professional rap career, all 3 years of it to get to this moment. And I turn around and look at the band, and everybody's like this. Like nobody's moving, mouths are open. Like, this is Southside Chicago. Like this is, Usual Suspects was like 9 dudes.
Yes. Shout out to Jam and shout out to everybody in Usual.
Oh my God! And it was they were dope. Like they were the dope, cool kid in crowd. And I literally was like, fellas. I turn around the band. I'm like, this is what we're here for. And I ended up getting trashed on stage. And I'm slamming 7 and 7s because I'm having such a good time. And I mean, man, back then, you get they give you an hour and a half long set. An hour and a half long set was not weird to come by. And we absolutely crushed that set. And the crowd was rocking with us so hard. It was like, and I remember I walked off stage and Tony Baines walks up and he's like, hey, man, anybody that can drink like that through the whole show, not fuck it up, like, you're all right, my beats. And I was like, all right, there you go. That's my co-sign.
I can picture that conversation happening.
Oh my God.
But we did. We used to host the open mic night on Thursday nights at Subterranean for like 2 years. That was
our band was dope though. Like our boys were getting scooped up by other groups. Like I don't know if you guys remember the group Zajay back in the day.
Yep.
We played one show with those guys, and they moved in on our people real quick. It was great. I'm still cool with those guys. I don't ever see them anymore, but we've been friends with them for a long time, and like they picked up our guitar player and our keyboard player instantly.
Quickly.
I mean, and like so we had a dope band. I think we got up on stage, people were like, oh God, what is about to happen? And then they heard some kids who could fucking play their instruments, and then we just kind of sprinkled some shit over that worked. And, it turned some heads for sure. We never really had our shit together. Like you were saying, there's 8 different people who want 8 different things out of all this. It's never really going to go anywhere. But for a minute there, we were having some fun. It was cool.
Fun as fun. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, we did I miss the Double Doors so much, man. Like, I almost feel like, what I was thinking? I want to do an elbow room show. Like for the, we have but the thing is it's just such a weird location. Like we just did a beat kitchen show and had such a mediocre turnout, and it felt like it was because of the location. That shit sucks now. People used to travel for the music, and shit they don't we'll get more a bigger
venues back then. I felt like that were catering to this kind of thing.
That's true.
R.I.P. Darkroom.
Yeah. Oh my God, man. Dude! So many good shows there.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Yeah, there's so much trouble there too.
What do you guys think is some of the biggest changes that has happened to the specifically Chicago hip hop scene since from when you guys first started to right now?
Hip hop is now pop. 2001, I graduated college, and for me, that was when it was like I wasn't the only one listening to rap music. I was politely asked to leave Whitney Young in 1995. A buddy of mine got killed. My dad taught at the public high school in Lake Forest, and he was like, do you want to escape the city for your last 2 years, so you can not deal with this shit anymore? He's like, and so he took on another class. He was paying for tuition for me to go to Lake Forest. And what was so crazy is nobody listened to rap music, in the suburbs in 96, 97. There was 4 people, right. And now, the suburbs is the driving force of the business, of hip hop because it is pop music now. So with that being, it's like the scene always changes with the youth. The youth run the scene, and they're not into it the way we were. They like the Vegas-y type clubby scene, or the complete opposite end of that, the divey scene, so it's like that's just what changes is you get older and you don't have the will or want to go out and mingle and meet new people. And, that's the difference in the scene is like, you ain't in it anymore, and there's nothing wrong with that. But, it's the scene will always be there. It just changes, from generation to generation. I think eventually hip hop will go the way of jazz. It will run its course and won't be so it's already making a shift now. It's more. I feel like it's like more R&B than it is rap now.
I think the biggest thing is maybe less specific to Chicago, but like you look at like how you build a brand now. It's not anything like it was when we were doing it. You know what I mean? When we started doing it 15 years ago, have all these tools. Then you look at it and you look at the national scene now. Who has national followings from this city? There are a lot of rappers who are doing shit outside of Chicago. When I was first here, there wasn't really. It was like Common and Twista and maybe a couple others, but like nobody was really talking about Chicago. Sure, Juice was out there too.
Right, but I think that's the thing that happened though.
But right, I think people are seeing that Chicago's got a lot of talented motherfucking people. You know what I mean? Right. Like because people can get their stuff beyond. Like that was the thing. Yeah, that was the hardest part for us though in the beginning because we had to go to all these other cities and like try and impress people. Exactly. And like that shit was hard without a backing. The
paradigm in music shifts though, and the thing is that paradigm shift in music directly played towards Chicago because we hustle. Like Chicago is one of the biggest fucking hustling cities ever. So what happened was music went from you can't make money selling music anymore. You have to give the money. You have to give the music away, and you have to figure out how to create the revenue in a different way. And that's where the whole everybody's like, you're not just an artist, you're a brand, and the merchandising and whatnot. And like that's why I think why Chicago is in the forefront of it right now because like it's that paradigm shift. It's like look at guys like Joe Fresh Goods. Like, my man sells clothes like a rapper. You know what I'm saying? Like, their fashion lines are like albums. Like that whole clique, that whole Fat Tiger clique, all those guys, the leaders, like the whole streetwear scene here. Like when that paradigm shifted, that's where the business of music changed, and that's why all these guys came to the forefront. I mean, we knew it, like when we put Chance on probably one of his first shows when I did my website release party. And we both saw him and we're like, he opened up for us.
15.
Yeah, well, no, it was right when he did 10 Day. Yeah. He was just dropping 10 Day. And there's literally no one in the audience at Sub T at the time. And maybe 30 people. And the kid crushed. We're like, holy shit, like this kid's gonna be a fucking star. But that generation right there, they had the knowledge and understanding of you are a brand. You have to figure out the hustle into pushing yourself out there to getting your brand out there. And Chance did that so well. And that's the thing is that's a true Chicago thing. Like the way that his blow up is really organic in the fact that dude was just giving away his album at the local restaurants, like fast food joints around high schools. Like and then everybody had his music and the shit was dope. But that's the thing is like, that's a move. Like that's a total, and that's the thing is like, he knew he wasn't going to make any money selling the mixtapes. He wasn't out there being one of these guys like, buy my mixtape. It's, yo, I made this shit while I was on suspension. Here you go. Like he got it. And that's a Chicago thing. And I think that's why everybody's like, all of this talent has always been there. It's just that there was no outlet for it. We didn't have any record companies.
That's my whole point is that like now you can build something. You know what I mean? Like you can do it on your own. You know, like you can, you know, he is the point. He is the case, the use case of a guy who has done it on his own and hasn't done it conventionally at all. And that's the thing I think now that works. That never would have worked back when we were doing it. So it's hard to say. Like it's the biggest difference in what we're doing now, you know, or what's happening now than what was going on when we were really like trying to do this, like and quote unquote make it.
Mm-hmm. Making it. I'm making it. All right.
Los, is it about that time?
I'm not gonna lie, I don't have one right now. I've been thoroughly entertained, and I didn't even think about one. So get back to me.
Go.
Yeah. Upstairs sub T or downstairs sub T?
Who are we playing with? You know, like that's my new shit. Yo, we get 50 people, so I'm thinking you get 25 people. Motherfucker, you better bring more than 5 people. So, downstairs sub T right now. 5 years ago, upstairs sub T.
Okay.
It's a great room. Upstairs is a great room, but it's hell for a sound man.
Yeah.
You know, like like that you can't. It bounces. The sound bounces in there so weird. Like downstairs, you know, it's hitting the back wall, coming back at you. You know,
I think I'm upstairs. I love downstairs, but I think I'm upstairs.
Also, performing under that statue is just it means something. You know?
No doubt.
I will exclude Rushmore, and I will say Royal Tenenbaums.
Oh, for sure.
Or Grand Budapest Hotel.
Wow.
You're making me pick. You're making us pick.
Oh, I'm taking Tenenbaums.
Yeah.
Tenenbaums.
Nice.
Budapest is great.
Budapest.
Don't get me wrong.
It's massive. Well, for me, I didn't get Rushmore at first, and then it was over my head. Like when I first saw Rushmore, and then I saw the Tenenbaums with my family, and it all made sense. Like I laughed so hard, and I'll never forget when Richie tries to commit suicide. I bawled in the theater, like, you know, and I was like, fuck, dude. I'm like, this guy. And then it just, everything, like, literally, I started, like, as I'm realizing, like, this dude just made me cry so hard. And then all of a sudden, I started thinking about Rushmore. And I was like, oh, shit. And then it was like, Max Fisher. You know, it was like, and that's when I went back to it. So, yeah, Tannenbaum for me is, you know, like, my epiphany, getting Wes Anderson. You know?
I would probably agree with that. Is that so that Tenenbaums would be your favorite Wes Anderson flick then?
No, Rushmore is for sure.
Okay. I didn't know. Okay.
I just
think
identify.
we probably differ after that.
Yeah. Then it gets weird.
I just picked two. Like Tenenbaums is my favorite. Grand Budapest is up there. Fantastic Mr. Fox is so dope.
Oh, it's so great. Dude, Isle of Dogs is Isle of Dogs, man. Just so well done. But yeah, it's funny. We both agree on, I think, in how slept on Moonrise Kingdom. Because Moonrise Kingdom is one of the better.
Something on the wall up here. You can't really see.
It's not. But that's the thing. Is like it's not a comedy. You know, like it's definitely not. I mean, and it's not even a tragedy though. You know, like it's a serious dramatic film because there really is no comedic breath in there. You know, there's a couple. There's a little bit.
Edward Norton and all that shit. But,
yeah, you know. But still, like I don't know. I think Moonrise is one of the more slept on ones.
Love that one.
It's so good.
Life Aquatic is up there. That's a good one.
Bottle Rock.
Since Risky's not here, so you know we got.
I mean,
all of them. Of course, we got Moonrise.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
Respect.
Bottle Rocket, of course.
Bottle Rockets.
Well done.
Yeah.
Well done.
Anyway,
Yeah.
Risky's
I have
not
one.
here. Somebody had to do show and tell.
Somebody had to nerd out. Good job.
I love it. He's not here, and he's already taken like 6 shots from y'all. It's good.
That's what he gets. Hey, that's what he gets for not being here.
Unwilling accomplice and all.
All right, I got one. Let's say that you're upstairs at what did we say?
That's
So
it.
Sub T. Sorry. Let's see where upstairs at Sub T you guys are rocking the house and you're getting a little thirsty. What are you reaching for? Beer or liquor?
How far into the set am I? No, actually, like I'm turning into a bourbon guy because the beer. Well, I'll have a bourbon before the show, before the set, and that's. Well, the last show, I got to be exempt. I just got fucking drunk. I was like, oh, hey, there's only 80 people in the crowd. I'm getting drunk tonight. No, I'll take like I'll take a bourbon to take the edge off, and then I'll have like some kind of beer on stage with me.
Nice.
I think I'm beer there. I think I'm probably drinking a High Life, if anything.
Really?
Yeah.
Look at
And that's what broke up.
Yeah. And that's how Carlos broke up. Oh, are they?
Man, you got to dig a lot harder than that. Let me tell you, the shit we've been through, you want to know. Literally, like, bad scenes out of fucking...
Yeah, the joke at one of the more recent shows that we were on, we were shooting an episode of Easy on Netflix. Like a bad first date on Easy. 2 people in the crowd while we're performing.
I didn't really... Have you seen the show? Do you know the show we're talking about?
I have not seen it. My girl's seen it. And
Okay, so
he's telling me to check it out. I have not.
It's not bad.
If you want to make yourself really uncomfortable.
Oh my god! But it's total.
Spend some time.
It's like hipster Chicago via through the Cafe Mustache and like Beverly. I don't know, like the Beverly neighborhood. I don't know if Beverly's like that anymore. I have no idea. But we played Cafe Mustache, and I literally was like, "Does anyone else feel like they're a fucking extra in an episode of Easy right now?" Like, you couldn't plan the awkwardness of this show because it was so strange.
But I think that's where we thrive. And,
I couldn't get comfortable. That was a 40-minute set of uncomfortability for me.
DJ iPhone.
DJ My Phone that night. Yeah, that's what we realized too. That's where we're like, man, fuck that. Because I was like, man, fuck Kevin, DJ. And then I did it on my phone. I was like, man, fuck was I thinking? I'm calling Allo. Like, we need a DJ. We need a DJ bad. I'm over my head here. And it worked out pretty well. I'm glad that's the biggest thing that I think has come from these projects is that we got Allo back DJing for us. And I don't know, there's just something about that vibe that works so well. And where we're at now, I think we're going to work on more routines.
I think he understands our humor. I think that
Our timing.
Yeah, he gets that. And I think that's pretty much the key to us. If you can get that, then you know what to do.
True.
So,
Also, if you can deal with our fucking idiosyncrasies, not so crazy.
Well, fellas, thank you so much for coming on and enjoying this that we do, which is kind of whatever, man. That's the whole point is that it's a casual conversation. It's not an interview. It's just
if this show was not made for anyone except OR these, I don't know. Like this is.
or
Yeah, you just changed our name, fam.
It's your new name, ORD.
I'm not paying attention. I'm trying to hurry up and get some work done on this one thing over here, but
Nice.
I'm not all the way, so I'm getting nervous, and so shit happens. Oh, are they? Damn it!
Thanks, y'all.
anyway. Yeah, no, seriously though, guys, congrats on everything, going on. And, we can't wait to hear the next stuff, of course. And, man, thank you for coming on. If people want to check you out, know what you guys are doing, where to see you live, where to buy the music, where can they go?
Bandcamp, for the music is on everything. Bandcamp, iTunes, Spotify. We're not really fucking with SoundCloud right now. I got beef with them. But all the other streaming stuff, we're out there. It's O.R.THEY ? That's the same thing on Instagram. We put all our stuff on Instagram. We got a Facebook, fan page. Website is in dire need of updating, which will be updated soon. I don't know. It's just kind of one of those things like people aren't really going to the website, so it's redirecting them to the streaming sites right now. If anyone ever doesn't have any of those things and they want our music, just contact one of us via Facebook or Instagram, and we will send you an email copy of our music free of charge. Because if you want to listen to it and you reach out for it, we'll gladly send it to you because, we're not that attached to it.
Look at these nice young gentlemen.
Seriously, no, we really just don't like each other that much or our music, so please take it from us. Fucking rap music ruined my life.
High quality.
Sean Doe, where can people find you at?
Find me, they can find me at Twitter and Instagram at DJ SEANDOE and on Facebook under my name, Rasan Shondo Hawkins. I want to send love to the first thing I woke up to was all these, Mike One, rest in peace. So I just want to, I want to do that, and also Hip Hop lost.
Raz G.
Hip Hop lost another beat maker today, Raj G. We talk about Chicago hip hop here, but we also love hip hop as a whole. So respect life for Raj G, and he will be missed. Also sending respects out to Shadow's Queen. Like we're taking these hits, man, and
especially Shadow, thoughts out to him.
So we're taking these hits, but what's crazy, before, earlier today, I was thinking about it, and I was just happy about the fact that I get to spend Midway Radio with my brothers, so every day we do this for the culture, and we go around people that we generally care and love. So, this is what this is about. So, every day, respect it. And I'm happy to have y'all on this show today.
We're happy to be here,
brother.
Yep. So, let's get it on.
Didn't know we were going to get quite as sentimental as we did.
Yeah, it was one of those days.
Yeah,
no, I agree.
Man, straight up.
I agree. It's
we are, as a family, we are going through some things, so we just need to hang in there. Know that we are all out here for each other.
Yeah, and I will say this also. I guess as a group, I don't know if you guys share the same sentiments.
It depends what you're about to say.
We miss you, Risky. Where you at? Where you at, Risk?
Yeah, now you've gone too far.
He's working out.
Now you've gone too far.
He's working out. I know it. He's in the gym right now.
Carlos, where can people find you at?
Hey, hey. Hang on. There we go. All right, so coconutjustice.com, Coconut Justice. Everywhere else, you guys should probably go to youtube.com/coconutjustice because there's a lot of fire happening right there. Just saying. But if you go to instagram.com/coconutjustice, probably tomorrow, because I have to finish this thing, you're probably going to see this. Hey-oh! So I'm going to, obviously I have to finish it. But yeah, we got these clowns.
There's no alligator in the picture, right? My bad. Alligator now.
So, you want an alligator in there? Is that what you said?
No.
Oh.
No gator. The gator shit's over. I'm over the gator. I'm over gator gate.
So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this, and you guys will see that tomorrow on Instagram. But yeah, that's about it for me.
Cool. So yeah, Midway updates. There's a couple of things that we're real close to announcing. One of the things we're kind of waiting for something else for them to give us the green light to announce. We got something coming up in September, which is going to be dope. And yeah, I just want to send a shout out to who we got: Shazam Bangles and Duro, Mike Speck, Steve Bravo, Cheryl. Who else is watching? Watching Kojak Raps.
Oh, Kojak's right.
So yeah, and a few others. So yeah, Midway. Of course, you can find us Midway Doc across the board. Midway DOC. I do want to say, of course, you guys have been on the long list of people that are getting an interview.
Right.
At some point. No, you're gonna we're trying to what we're actually trying to do now and Sean can attest, like we took kind of the last year and a half off from doing interviews, aside from occasionally one or here, just because there's a lot of behind the scenes stuff that we're doing. But one of the things that we've just been talking about in the last couple of weeks when we're getting now back into interviews is knocking off a bunch of people that we're close to that we know are around and stuff like that. So
right.
just that is happening with you and anybody else who's listening who we haven't gotten to yet. Just know that if we told you it's coming, it's coming. Please be patient. Thank you.
I mean, what you guys are doing is fucking daunting, to say the least. And you need to know, on our end, we appreciate it very much. Like, and a lot of other, I know you don't get the thanks that you deserve. And some people don't know how to share that, but just know we all appreciate it because what you're doing it the right way and not the easy way. And the right way is never fucking easy. So thank you for what you're doing.
Preach.
Appreciate that. I'm hoping that people look at it as, that way, that we're doing it the right way, because that's definitely what we're trying to do. So that's all we can do. We're going to keep pressing, and hopefully it's not another 5 years before it's out. I don't think it's going to be. I think it's going to be much
giving people heart attacks.
Give myself a heart attack.
I know. I was like 5 years. I don't know if I got that much left.
Kill him from all the dad jokes first.
So anyway, myself, you can find me at 278 Media on Twitter and Instagram. The number's 278 Media. And with that being said, Joe, I don't have the list in front of me. Do we have a guest for next week? Are we on?
Our guest next week is MC and producer Green Slime.
Oh, that's fun. That dude's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna. That interview is yeah. Good luck. Good luck.
Yeah.
Giddy up.
I hope he has dad jokes.
No, fam, you better sharpen the wit razor because my man is sharp.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome.
All right, and of course, as always, shout out to Doug Infinite for our intro music, and shout out to Sher for sponsoring us with some mics for our project. And we'll be back next week, folks.
One.
Later.